Rick Morris with videos for determining what your purpose and your destiny is, how to reach them. Today we're going to talk about love and trust, and we're going to discuss some barriers or hurdles we have to get over sometimes to get to our purpose and our destiny. And so we're going to tackle a pretty tough subject and see if we can unravel and help you understand what you're up against. This is step 18. Title is Love and Trust, episode 1. The step states, we trust God, live by his words, and enter into his rest. And the scripture I've selected is, I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Psalms 91:2. Trust is a very interesting word. There are different kinds of trust, and there's different levels of trust. For instance, when we get on a commercial airline, we trust that the airline has a competent pilot because we trust him to fly us to our destination. We want to get there safely. When we use a credit card online, we trust the company to protect our account. When we put money in the bank, we trust the bank to keep our money safe. So that explains a little bit about trust. The Greek word for trust is pathu, which means to have confidence. We also mistrust sometimes. When we receive a phone call that sounds like a scam, we hang up the phone. When we get an unsolicited email, we just send it to the trash. When somebody has lied to us before, we don't trust the next thing they say. So it's safe to say we learn to trust by experience. Life experience affects our trust. When terrible things happen to good Christian people, like they have a car wreck, or something terrible happens, do we trust God or do we mistrust him? We trust him. Remember, we don't live in a bubble. We're not robots and we're not puppets. His promises are to be with us through times of trouble, but he doesn't guarantee that we're not going to have trouble. As a matter of fact, he says there's storms in life we're going to be going through, and we can always lean on him. That's one of his promises. We live in a fallen world where Satan lies and he causes as much mayhem as he can. We stay in close contact with God, and we talk to him about our concerns. We trust him. Now, sometimes we get trust and love mixed up, and that's what this episode is about today. English has one word for love. We love ice cream. We love our kids. We love our spouse. We love God. It's all the same word, but it has so many different meanings. Greek has words translated love with different meanings. There's 3 primary root words. First one is phileo. In Greek, that root word has 23 other Greek word endings, at least 23. There's more, actually. Some examples would be brotherly love, loving mankind, love of money, pleasure love, strife love, love strangers, love wisdom, love family, love children, and love honor. These are all different Greek words. The root word Philadelphia, which means the city of brotherly love, is an English word we use today for the city in Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. The second word for love is eros. It's a Greek word that means erotic love. It's used in Greek mythology, but not in the Bible. The third word is agape love. It's a Greek word that means God love or unconditional love. It's a deeper love. It's pure, unconditional love. Agape never fails. So when two people love each other and one of them cheats, what happens to trust? Let's go back to trust and relate it to a couple where one of them cheats on the other. What happens to trust? The trust is damaged because the heart has received a puncture wound. Healing a puncture wound was discussed at length in an earlier episode. But what about love? This is where the Greek word comes in instead of English. In English, we only have one word for love, but Greek, we have other words for love and different values of love, from phileo love, which is brotherly love, to agape love, which is unconditional love. If a couple loved each other with brotherly love, the trust is damaged to the point that the relationship is on the rocks. If the couple loved each other with unconditional love, like agape love, then the relationship could be salvaged. Now, there can be one person that has agape love and the other person has a brotherly love, and that's where I used my example, and that can be unsalvageable. Agape love for each other, though, can wound a puncture wound to the heart. We're going to go on to the next episode.